I've spent the last few months sort of panicking over the lack of home inventory, but as of now, we are looking at the lowest supply recorded in over 20 years. If you're thinking about buying, selling, or investing in 2021, this video is for you. Welcome to my YouTube channel or my social media, wherever you happen to be watching this from. My name is Kari Nelson. I'm a realtor with West USA Realty. I am located in the West Valley, Phoenix suburbs. I do service Phoenix and all of the surrounding areas. I'm actually licensed to sell anywhere in the entire state of Arizona, and I do network with realtors all over the United States and all over the world. Whatever and wherever your real estate needs are, I'm happy to help get you some answers to your questions, so please feel free to reach out to me. So I'm going to start off with just a little temperature check for 2021 so far. Our monthly median sales price is up to $335,000. Active listings for sale is just over 6,000. Just a few months ago, we were looking at about 8,000 listings. So as you can see, home supply is shrinking. Current months of supply, we're looking at 0.7, so about 21 days. And what that means is if no new listings were to come on the market, the current supply that we have would run out in 21 days based on current demand and inventory. And to further elaborate on this, anything under 6 months of supply is considered a seller's market. So as you can see, we are in a very, very hardcore seller's market. In all of 2020, there were 111,036 listings added to the MLS, which is just 38 listings more than 2019. Of those listings that came onto the MLS, 100,650 of those actually sold in 2020. The demand for homes in the greater Phoenix area between June and December of last year is up 35% above the normal demand. On the flip side of there being low inventory, new home builders are still struggling to keep up with the current demand. New home builders have been struggling to try and fill this gap where we have a lack of inventory, but now we are seeing even more delays because of some unforeseen circumstances. Up until this past summer, many new home builders would have homes completed in a matter of only 4 to 6 months. Right now, if you're building a home, you can almost certainly expect to see delays of anywhere between 1 to 4 months. Some things that are causing these delays are limited work crews that are available to be on site. So they used to be able to have multiple crews on site at once, and now it's only one at a time because they're trying to limit exposure due to COVID. Some other things that have recently come up are a concrete shortage, which obviously causes delays with being able to pour the foundation to even start building the home, as well as creating roof tiles. There have also been numerous supply line disruptions, so just builders being able to get their hands on materials to build homes because of factory shutdowns due to COVID over the last 9 or 10 months. If you are looking to buy a home in this extremely competitive market, here's my advice to you, whether you're a first-time home buyer or a fifth-time home buyer. While I always advise my buyers to get a pre-approval from your lender in hand, this is now more important than ever. The reason I say this is because sellers are getting multiple offers in a matter of hours on many properties that are available on the market. If you do not have something in hand that proves you are good for this amount of money that you are offering to a seller, they're not going to take the 2 seconds to even look at your offer because they simply don't have to with so many other choices and so many other strong offers. On top of getting your pre-approval, you need to make sure that you're being honest with your realtor and your lender to make sure they can work together to make you a strong buyer in this competitive market. If you do need to sell your home in order to buy another, make sure that you're having a conversation with your realtor and your lender about that as well, because getting a contingency accepted in this market, especially below that $500,000 price point, is very, very difficult. If you do have a contingency to sell your home first in order to purchase a new one, come up with a few backup plans and make sure that you're working very closely with your realtor and lender. I know I've said this a few times now, but make sure that you're working very closely with them to possibly remove any contingencies, because there are some creative ways that you can go about doing this. You also need to make sure that you and your realtor are both on the same page and you are aggressive in getting out and checking out properties as soon as they hit the market. Many listings coming onto the market will be gone in just a few short days. So if you want a fighting chance to get your offer in and accepted, you got to make sure that your realtor is moving their ass. In 2020, Arizona ranked 3rd in the entire nation for population growth, just behind Texas and Florida. While we're still awaiting finalized numbers for 2020, California is expected to be the #1 source of inbound migration to the greater Phoenix area. If you're like me and you pay attention to license plates, I'm sure you've noticed a ton of new California license plates around your neighborhood. The median rent has increased about 13% in the last year. So we were looking at about $1,550 for the median rent price, and now we're up to $1,750. With the eviction moratorium still in place, this creates even less rental inventory that we would normally be seeing, because we would normally be seeing more turnover every year, but some people are deciding to stay put. When you combine all of these things with historically low interest rates and even more people being able to buy now, this is what's fueling this high buyer demand. As our population keeps increasing, this housing gap that we're seeing is going to be even harder to close. Phoenix has been underbuilding new homes for years, and it's going to take years to correct all the underbuilding that's been going on over the last 10 to 15 years. Home prices are still projected to rise in 2021, but this should slow down after the first half of the year. And finally, if you are a seller in this market, here's my advice to you. First of all, if you don't know what your home is worth, and I don't mean what Zestimate says or what your Redfin estimate is, but getting an actual market analysis done, now is the time to find out. Home values have increased dramatically in the past few months, especially in the West Valley. If you haven't had a market analysis done on your home recently, please feel free to reach out to me. I do provide these at no cost to you, no obligation to sell, no strings attached. Just want to make sure you know what your home is worth so you can make sure that you're making the right decision for you. If you want to make sure that you're cashing out while the market is still high and getting into something else while interest rates are still low, which, spoiler alert, they started creeping up a little bit again this past week, now might be a great time for you to sell. If you have any additional questions about buying, selling, or even investing in this real estate market, please feel free to reach out to me. I would love to have a conversation to discuss what the best options are for you. Thank you so much for all of your continued support, and thank you so much for all of your feedback on my video last week. Hopefully my setup this week is a little less dark behind me. My bedroom is so weird, but this is where I have my office currently set up. So I'm trying to keep work in my work area and trying to keep home outside of my bedroom. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video or the content that's in this video, I would be so grateful if you hit the subscribe button on YouTube. And if you're watching on social media, please shoot me a like, a comment, or even a share so I can continue bringing more value to even more people in 2021. Anyway, I will stop talking now, and I hope to see you next time. Bye, guys.